know exactly what's best, but they're not creating anything of their own. You know? It's like all these people are making all this great music and all this great comedy, and just all these other pieces of shit are just not doing anything.
What was the problem with the halftime show?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
I wanted to go look, but I wasn't that interested. I just saw that people were hating, and I was like, I don't know. I wonder if that's
it's probably
reasonable.
less than 10 minutes of your life, and like it's pretty cool. Like he goes, you know how like I don't know if you had this at home, but like we used to have a fair, like a county fair that would come through like once a year.
Yeah, we had the 50th State Fair. E.K. Fernandez, 50th State Fair.
There you go. Okay, so
fucking carnies.
Yeah, exactly. So they bring in like these trailers. First of all, I don't know how they get. Was there just one company in Hawaii? They just do it once a year.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Well, not once a year. They would have maybe two, but it would be like the 50th State Fair, and then some kind of smaller inaugural event. But it's all.
Would
the
they do
same.
it on like different islands? Do you think?
No. For the most part, it was on the same island at Aloha Stadium.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty big. So we would have like fairgrounds. Like that's a pretty common thing in the Midwest. I guess they're out here too. They have them. And they would come through once a year, but they would bring in like the trailers of like the fun houses, you know, and a lot of them had like the mirror maze. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
So imagine kind of that, but with like lights, and The Weeknd had his own camera, and he was walking around it singing and like making his way through this like mirror lit up maze.
He was live streaming?
I guess. I mean, I guess it was live stream. I mean, it was just the camera angle was whatever he was holding.
Oh, I see. I thought it was a camera on him while he was streaming. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So like he was holding it and like navigating through this maze, and so he was like walking around like singing. It was cool, like on TV, like that was cool. Like it's innovative, but like you know, at a live concert, you can't do that. So it's just interesting to see their evolution and how they're that, because I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I like the watching everyone pivot in this point of history changing moments of last year. It's been for lack of a better word, satisfying for me, because I've told you I like listening. I like behind the scenes shit. That's why I like the magic and stuff. I'm tinkering. I like knowing what works, and I like seeing them make changes in different things, like with MMA when everything happened. Yeah. You know, and they were just like, fuck it. Well, we're going to have a fucking gym with nobody in it, and you guys are just going to fight. Yeah. And I was like, this is dope. I want that.
For the love of the game.
Yeah. 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 I want to be able to hear the smacks and the shit talking in the corner.
Same with like baseball when that went down. It was just like, oh, you can hear the crack of the bat.
Any broken bats?
This is great. All the time.
All the time?
That happens often.
Does anyone break like a metal bat? That'd be dope.
I mean, I've seen it happen.
Really?
Yeah.
On an old ass bat or something? Or?
No. So what happened? I was in Michigan. I was in high school. My sister was playing softball. I think she was probably a senior at this point. And it was early in the year, so it was early spring, so it was cold. Like, I think it was snowing. It was probably like 33 degrees. You know, it just has like a little bit of snow. Like, it's just cold enough to snow. But it doesn't stay on the ground. As soon as it hits the ground, it just melts. But it's snowing. So
visual snow.
yeah. It's interesting. So they were playing softball, and like this girl, like I think she like hit it like close on the like to the handle, which is where you never want to hit it because ouch. So, and just like the cold, and the bat I guess was just brittle, and it just fucking snapped. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never heard of it otherwise, but
were they okay?
Yeah, nobody was hurt. Yeah, like I know. That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah, I feel like that could be shrapnel. Yeah, exactly. Like it's just a C4 going off in your. Crazy, scary. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, I mean, Bo Jackson broke a bat over his fucking head.
Dude, I've been watching on TikTok. I've been watching these fucking Thais like kicking bats and poles and pillars, just like
dude, that's
insane.
Wait, were they swinging a bat and kicking it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, one dude was breaking bats, dude. No shit. I don't know if it was real or what the kids say, no cap, bro, but like
what does that mean?
They're not lying.
No cap?
No cap, bro.
CAP.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Urban Dictionary.
You should
this.
Urban Dictionary while I try to find this link so I can send it to Stephen Roth.
No cap basically means they are not lying or capping like they did something.
I don't know where that comes from though.
Yeah,
you know,
that
like because
That's a terrible definition.
I'm used to like Bay Area slang where it doesn't make sense when you hear it, but when you listen, it makes sense. Like ghost riding the whip. That you're like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, oh, it's when you get out of your car and you open your door and you dance alongside while the music is playing and your car is going. That makes sense.
Yeah,
but
that
when
makes
they're like,
sense.
no cap, I'm like, no, my cap's backwards, bro. Like,
But I don't have hair, so I need it.
I don't understand how this goes.
Listen.
Welcome, fellow people. We should think about
Naming our
non-binarying our thing.
No, that's okay.
Okay, yeah,
They're
you're
just
right.
if you're a Gameboiz listener, you're a Gameboy.
Yeah.
Whether you're a dude, chick, trans, it don't matter.
You're
a
right. We're
Gameboy.
not calling you a boy,
Yeah.
a B-O-Y.
Yeah, that's
We're
not-
saying we boys, B-O-I-Z.
Yeah, we're. Yeah.
Like
There's-
biker boys.
There's no gender connected to that.
Do you
term.
remember that shitty movie, Biker Boys?
Yeah. Wait. Is that the one with Lawrence Fishburne?
I believe so.
Okay, never saw it. I was thinking of Wild Hogs at first with Tim Allen.
Oh, that's not it either. Nope. Not even
Also
close.
a bad movie, but go ahead.
No, Biker Boys, they spelt it B-O-Y-Z. They were on crotch rockets, obviously. And it was like
It was a black biker gang, right?
there was a black biker gang, but
Which
the lead
can't be a
role-
thing. That was the most unbelievable thing of Sons of Anarchy. I don't know if you saw that, but there was like a whole gang. It was just black people. I'm like, come on, dude. They don't ride Harleys. Get the fuck out of here.
We're gonna get rolled up on by some Harley riding black folk.
I'm like, hey man, you proved me wrong.
We the Pope peeps.
That's fine, but
We can only afford 2 tires.
no, of course there is. There's too many people for there to not be. You know.
There shouldn't be.
I mean, there's probably like 5 people in it, but
What's the difference between a biker gang and like a car club?
what's a car club?
Everyone's got the same model of car and they park in like a fucking Target parking lot. They pop their hoods and they're like, look at my things. Like, dude, that's stock. Stop it.
That's interesting because there's definitely like a different view, like of their.
Do you
'Cause,
think?
like biker gangs are like, oh, they're criminals and
Yeah.
shit, you know.
But those in the, I should say, clubs, the biker clubs, attest that only 1% are those criminal underbelly people.
Yeah, I'm sure it's more than 1%, but
But that just sounds like something a criminal would say.
yeah, you're
It's
right.
like, no, not me, bro.
No way, man. Why would you say that, bro?
Do you want me to call my friends? It's just an odd distinction because you think about car club and you think about like downtown Fullerton with a bunch of Korean kids and some fucking Honda Civics in a
Right.
theater parking lot.
I've actually never heard of this until now.
Yeah, it might be a California thing.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, there's a parking lot in Victorville right by like the Del Taco on Bear Valley that I used to
Shout out to
drive-
Bear Valley.
Holla!
BV.
Oh yeah, I used to drive by on my way home from the Improv, and every once in a while there would just be a huge gathering of just like different tricked out cars. I mean, I couldn't tell you exactly what they were, but I mean, they weren't like street racing cars. They were like more like the Cadillac style, like bigger. I think they were Mexican.
Like lowriders?
Kind of, yeah, I think so.
Like classic cars?
Yeah, but like not like tricked
Dude, I'm
out.
naming different kinds of
I'm sorry, I don't-
lanes,
I
and you're
don't-
like, yup, wheels.
Sure, yeah. I don't. It's funny. Everybody was like, "Oh, you're from Michigan, so like you know a lot about cars, right?" Nah,
Just trains, planes, and automobiles.
I'm a fucking dork, man. I don't know.
What from Michigan that someone would expect you to know do you know about? Like
Cold weather.
Oh, that's what I was saying. That like car clubs might be a California thing, or at least a West Coast thing, because weather. Like it's hard to see your car club buddies during the winter in the Midwest.
People back home, they'll just like work on their cars in their garage, and then they'll take it to a car show. But it's not like, but it's like I don't know if this is the right word, but it's like sanctioned. You know, it's this is like an official like car show. People bring their cars.
You gotta pay your fees.
My friend's
at a venue.
Dad had this big ass truck, like ridiculously big, that like he would literally have to like help me into. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was bright yellow.
As an 18-year-old, he'd have to lift me up.
Dude, it was bright yellow. So like everywhere we went with him in it, like it was just like everybody was looking at it. It was fucking wild. So I went to like a bunch of them at one point, just with my buddy, and we were just
For free?
I mean, yeah, I don't think it really costs anything.
At least the ones were back home, and maybe it's because it's on an island and where it was, but the venue would usually charge, so there'd be like not a exorbitant amount,
right?
But
okay,
like $10.
so there would be times where it was like, it was just kind of open to the public. It was just kind of like in like a fairgrounds area. And then I've been to ones that were like in like, it was called Cobo Hall. It's in downtown Detroit. It's like right down by like where the GM tower is and like where the sports teams are. And it's just like
crime.
And it's a convention center. So they do a bunch of shit there. So like I think that costs a little money, but I mean, it wasn't much.
Do you remember like the dopest car you've seen, or when you saw something you're like, oh, I didn't even know you could do that? Like I remember the first time actually seeing someone put a PlayStation in their car.
I just like
like original PlayStation, by the way.
I don't know, man. Like I've never been that impressed by cars, and I mean, watching like Pimp My Ride, you kind of like get an idea of like, okay, like they can pretty much do anything at this point. So then it's just like a matter of how people put it together, and then it's just like, oh, that's pretty. But like, there's not really one that sticks out. But like, I don't really care that much either.
You're such a weird dude.
But like, my friend was really into like the fucking like loud bass shit. So like, and I was like, I don't want to. Like,
he's all about that bass.
He's like, come sit in here. I'm gonna make you poop your pants. I don't want to do that, man.
That my uncle was in like a similar scene. What the fuck? Hang on.
Hang my God.
I'll be right back.
Get some headphones, homie.
Yeah, here he is. My uncle, he basically, I shouldn't say started the scene, but early in Hawaii, he was one of like 10 maybe that was straight like wiring fresh wires through a car, trying like modding the audio system,
right?
And he like legit held a decibel record
wow.
for a few years.
That's what my friend did. He would like build boxes for people and like wire their cars up. Like he was fucking brilliant, actually.
Yeah.
And I was always like, dude, like you gotta like do something with this. Like,
and he was we'll go back now and he'll point us out to shops, and he's like, everyone that's training in there, I taught everything they know. Like,
yeah.
Like them. Like, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah. And my buddy would be like, oh, there's these guys in like this city that run this stuff great. And I've been like over there talking to them. And like, I was like, dude, like, why don't you go like ask for a job or like ask for an internship? Like, why don't you do something that like you love to do and get paid for it? Like, he wasn't one of those dudes where he just like has his job and just works really hard, makes a bunch of money, and then like does what he wants on the side. Yeah. And then I was like, why don't you do that?
It the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
my uncle did it the other way around, because now he's like he's, if you Google him, you'll find him basically. He's a very high ranking official. But that was like what he's doing now was his real dream, and like things like stereos and all his other stuff. He took it to a point where he was like, no, I'm good at it. I'm over it. And then focused on his real dream. So it's very interesting for a person of Asian descent to be like, oh, I'm going to follow my dreams.
Right. That's fair. Yeah, it's a different thing. All right. We got a lot to get into today.
All right.
Where are we wasting time?
Right. Let's see. Can we get Steven Roth here?
We have a lot of updates for Call of Duty League. So we are bringing in our Call of Duty League correspondent, Steven Roth.
Just died.
Oh.
Let's see here.
In the midst of
I
broadcasting.
don't even know if you can still hear me. My headphones just
we
died.
can hear you. That's fine. Can you hear him?
Yeah.
William? Yeah, we can hear you just fine. I think it works out if you can hear us.
Oop. Hold on.
Oh boy.
Oh, all right.
It's all going bad.
While you
Anyways.
figure that, I would like to point out that my picks,
Yeah.
by the way,
Your picks were spot
my
on.
professionally sound opinions, all fucking fantastic.
They were.
There we go. Okay, I can hear you now.
Across the board, I was just telling the listeners that my picks across the board are great. If you guys trying to make some money on CDL, definitely holla at your boy.
Yeah,
for
it's
picks.
too bad you didn't save them on our
Hey,
leaderboard
fuck,
online.
fuck this stupid website, okay? It's rude.
Who's in the lead right now?
You are.
That's right. You're goddamn right. I
Oh,
am.
this podcast is crashing. We're going through a tunnel.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't pick that well. I mean, of course, the one that put me up and above was taking Phase over Optic.
Yeah.
You're welcome, world, for being the one to stand up.
Yeah, I hate you.
Listen,
Listen, it would have been a 3-1, and so
yeah.
What made you pick Phase though? I know you said it before. Just go through it again.
They just, I don't know. They just like have this thing.
They just tickle your pickle.
Yeah, it's hard to pick against them because they do play really good COD, as douchey as they are.
Liken that to a sports team.
The Yankees.
the Yankees.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are so gay.
I think one of the bigger surprises actually was the resurgence of, with no pun intended, Seattle Surge. They kind of like made a rebound against London on Sunday morning, and I thought that was pretty impressive for them to bounce back like that.
Yeah. And I mean, London is playing with a substitute right now, so I can see how they can have communication problems. And they had even said before, like, their comms and their respawns were really hectic because they're playing with a sub who, I mean, it's his first time being in the league. And so, you get hyped. You're like, oh man, you just want to call out everything. And then you start clouding up the communication.
Yep. And we should have known that when we were going into our picks. But hey, you can't win them all. All right, let's look ahead to our super week of Call of Duty.
Baby.
Are we doing live picks right now? Because I'll go to my website. Right.
I've already
I've
made
got my
mine.
picks up.
Oh, did I? I don't know if I did.
I've made mine through Wednesday. I haven't done the rest because I originally did it when it was the weekend, and then the snowstorm in Texas just fucked everything up. So I was gonna wait. All right.
I've got mine all through the week already set up.
All right. Let's start with Monday. Los Angeles Guerrillas versus Florida Mutineers.
That's a Florida 3-1.
Oh, word?
Yeah, Gorillas just that they didn't look great. Every time we watched them, they just looked decent. But there's things that they need to fix, and I think Florida's just a better team outright.
Interesting.
What do you think, William Henderson?
I took the Gorillas 3-0.
Okay, with the clean sweep.
I mean, they
Really?
took down Paris.
You got to watch more Florida then.
You're probably right. They took down Paris. I think they're gonna work on their game through the
Paris
week.
is like a bottom of the tier team.
Steven, quit shitting on my picks, bro. Just
Steven, your picks were wrong too. So
Yeah, listen. But those first weeks are anything can happen. But
anything can
Florida's
happen
a
in
better
sports.
How dare you? Who are you taking, George?
I'm gonna go Los Angeles Guerrillas with a W, but I think it's gonna be close.
Okay.
So, a 3-2. And here's the reason, okay? The Los Angeles Guerrillas understandably had a weak open, okay? They like Steven was saying, they played mediocrely at best. There's very large holes in their game, and they're aware of it. They know where they need to pick up. It's not like they're not recording their games. They know where they fucked up. They'll pick it up. They're a professional level team. It's Los Angeles, baby. LA all day.
LA all day, I guess.
For the record, I am making my picks based on emotion at the time for the most part. So
Yeah.
I am using facts and statistics, and
if our listeners are listening for gambling tips on Call of Duty League, I would recommend listening to George.
just on fucking accuracy, okay?
Yeah.
Steven's analysis, George's picks.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes. There you
Together
go.
we
There you
make
go.
one great esports commentator.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, second game of Monday, 1:30 p.m. Atlanta FaZe versus Toronto Ultra. I have the FaZe 3-0. I can't not.
I have them 3-1. I agree that they're gonna win, but I think Toronto will still I think they'll steal the control.
Okay.
Huh.
Interesting.
Wow.
That
He's there with a
control.
parlay bet. I like it.
The control is interesting because it seems like it's a completely different game style. It's like you want to be careful with your lives. You want to get as many kills as you can, but you also have to take this hard point essentially. Like that's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's a weird,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say weird.
Yeah.
It's an interesting, like aggressive yet methodical approach that you have to take.
Very strategic. Yeah.
And it depends on the map that you end up getting. Like if you're on a checkmate or a raid, it's a little more offensive heavy. But if you get something like Garrison, it's super defensive, and you can just hold their defensive rounds and just whatever on your offenses, and just try not to waste lives, and then just play for that fifth round. So
Yeah, I've really
I think Toronto. I think if Toronto gets a raid, I think they can win that.
Yeah, I've really been enjoying watching that game mode because I've never played it. I never played it in Black Ops 4. I haven't got Cold War, so I haven't experienced it. But I've been enjoying watching it.
That game mode is slowly pushing me
Same.
to buy Cold War. I'm like,
Same.
this seems fun.
I'm too poor though, so
I'm telling you, I just been playing
Passing,
league play
bro.
all day. Just league play, hoping I get control, and instead I just get 7 rounds of search and destroy.
They're telling you to practice. It's the algorithms.
I know.
Yep. All right, continuing on. Tuesday, Paris Legion versus Florida Mountaineers. I have Florida 3-2.
Mutineers, bro, not
What did I-
mountaineers.
Sorry,
Those are two
did I
completely
say that?
different occupations.
Did I say it?
Yeah.
Oh
You
my
said
God.
Mountaineers. Yeah.
I said that last week. That's what I always want to say. So, yeah, I have them 3-2 though over the Legion.
Yeah, I got 3-1.
You guys are sleeping on Paris, and I don't know why. Okay, look, Paris gets slept on regularly. At the top of this, Stephen Roth was saying that Paris is a bottom feeder league. Look, they have gusto, they have balls, they have something to prove like no one else does. Like started from the bottom, nowhere else to go but up. Okay, so I'm gonna give it.
They are a
Paris.
team literally made out of players that no one else in the league wanted.
Okay, and now they're all gonna be
They're
wanted.
like, yeah, you can go overseas. It's like sending basketball players to Spain.
All right. Well, when Paris cleans up on a 3-2, you guys come back and tell me.
Okay, right. Okay.
Okay.
Middle game of the day: London Royal Ravens versus the New York Subliners. George, who do you got?
I got the New York Subliners. Let's be real. Let's be honest. The Subliners, they had a decent open. They had a few flaws that they couldn't really pick up or fix mid game. I think they've had some time to really reevaluate their strategies. They seem to know what everyone else is doing now. So I'm going to take it New York Subliners with the clean sweep 3-0.
Wow, bold. Very bold.
Hey, when I'm wrong, you guys can come back and trash me,
Oh my
but
God.
I'm not. So welcome. You're welcome. Put some money on it.
Steven, who are you taking?
I got London 3-1 over the New York Subliners.
Okay, word. I had Go ahead.
New York is playing with 2 substitutes. Clayster is essentially carrying the entire team on his back. So I just don't think he can pull through for that many maps. I think they could probably win the opening hard point, and then after that, it's just London all the way through.
I hate how convincing his analysis is because it makes me want to change my picks.
Don't.
Damn cat.
I have the Subliners 3-1 over the Ravens. So I don't really have any logic behind that, but that's my pick.
All right.
Thank you, William Henderson, for your breakdown.
Okay.
We appreciate
see.
the play-by-play.
We'll see. I mean, listen, I love the confidence in thinking that New York could pull this out, man. It shows a lot of love for Clayster. He's a 3-time world champion. You know, anything is possible with that man.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more.
I think Clayster's gonna have a weak show, and the rest of the team's gonna pick it up.
Right.
There you go.
Last game on Tuesday, Minnesota Rocker versus the Seattle Surge. I, of course, take the Rocker 3-1 after their showing against the Empire. It's hard to pick against them.
Oh my God, we agree on something.
What?
We agree on something. 3-1. I have the same thing.
Yeah, I think that one was probably the most obvious.
Yeah, I had Rocker 3 as well. And if I'm being completely honest, it's because I like their logo better. So
we got a great logo.
It is. It's dope. So does the Seattle, though. But I mean, their gameplay just doesn't back it up. Moving into Wednesday, opening game, Dallas Empire versus the Royal Ravens. I am taking Dallas Empire 3-0.
Agreed.
3-0?
3-0.
Dallas
3-0.
Empire
Yep.
3-1.
After losing, this is going to be their first game back, and they're going to come out guns a-blazing. Hookah's just going to be fucking raping kids.
Yep. Yeah. Who's going to be
Cut
spinning
that,
on everybody?
put it on a shirt.
Yeah, when Steven sent us that video of him in that Halo tournament, I was like, Jesus Christ, kid. Kid's out of control,
Yeah.
man.
He's wild.
Yeah, him and
The kid is nasty.
add Crim 6, it's just like, I mean, it's just, yeah. That's also an easy pick.
Yep, 3-0, that's an easy one.
Middle game that day, Los Angeles Thieves versus Seattle Surge. Steven, who are you taking here?
The Thieves 3-0. Surge is just not a good team.
Not even gonna be nice about it for him. He's just like, the Thieves 3-0 because fucking Surge garbage.
You forget what game we're talking about.
I know. Toxic.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, if Surge can show me something other than Octane kind of being an okay player on most days, he's just surrounded by players that aren't stepping up. I mean, we saw the way Looney got shit on by Shotzi. You can't have that on your team. You just can't.
So by Steven's assessment, sometime in later this year, you're going to be able to pick up your very own Seattle Surge hoodie at your local Ross.
I would buy one.
Yeah.
I've seen some esports shit at Ross. I'm like, hey guys, what's going on here?
Yeah, they sell Cloud9 merch.
Oh, that's kind of dope.
It feels like Africa of the losing Super Bowl team. You're like, hey, this is all reject teams.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Thieves 3-1 over the Surge. I think the Surge might just squeak one out, have a good game. And I think, maybe the Thieves might underestimate them a little bit on the start. Maybe Surge gets that first hard point or some bullshit like that. But I ultimately, I think the Thieves are going to pretty much take care of business.
All right. So across the board, Gameboiz says LA Thieves because Surge is, how do the kids say? Dog water?
Dog water. Trash. Absolutely garbage.
That's been a new one for me the last month or so. And it's fucking hilarious. Okay. Final game of Wednesday. Chicago Optic versus Toronto Ultra. I took Optic 3-2. I think we're going to go game 5 here.
Ooh. Nice. Well, at least you gave my team the win.
Yeah,
I agree, but I say 3-1.
Oh, I went Optic 3-2, and I'm a little upset about it. I want to change my pick now, but I already saved it. So,
yeah, I think Optic might be. They lost to FaZe, so they're gonna. I think they're gonna be antsy, and they're gonna want to make a showing. And I think they might make some mistakes because of that.
I think the only game modes that they're really struggling in right now is Search and Destroy, but their respawns are god tier. So they're just going to win every respawn. They're going to win the hard point. They're going to win the control, and they're going to win the second hard point. And so,
yeah,
an easy 3-1.
To me, Optic seems like a very the standard, I would say, in terms of esports, where they're professional, they're very talented, they all can play, they're a strong team, but it's like they're still human. They still have off days. They still will, occasionally drop a clutch, and it happens. But they know how to pick it up, learn from it, and not let it happen, at least in the next map or the next game. So I agree with that. Optic 3-2.
Okay. Before we keep going on this, Steven, I have a question about like the game modes. Is it always hard point first and then
Yes.
control and then search and destroy? Is that how that goes?
So it goes hard point, search, control, hard point, search.
Now, why do you think
So
it's
control
in
is
that
always
sequence?
your swing map. You can either lose that and get 3-0'd, or you can win it, take it to another hard point, hope to God you can win that hard point, and then take it again to a search.
Oh, that's a great idea to have a game 5 be search and destroy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes.
That's so intense.
Your game 5s are always search and destroys. That's why search and destroy is one of the most important game modes. You want to be good at it.
Then you shouldn't be bitching about getting thrown in all your S&Ds, bro.
Listen, I just hate the fact that league play wants me to play 5 matches in a row of search and destroy. I would like a rotation of hard point and control.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean that would, and you might see some different outcomes if teams are able to play control more.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Okay, well, I think that's good to know.
Do you guys think that affects the league play a lot? Then like the fact that, as far as we can tell, search and destroy is in 70% of your gameplays in league mode, and if someone's just playing the way you are, they don't really have the opportunity to play in a rotation against live people, and other skills may be lacking that they aren't aware of. Do you think that's going to affect?
Well, from what I've seen online, the major complaint is, hey, variate the modes. I'm tired of always playing search and destroy when I get into league play. And I think I played with some friends one time. We played 5 matches. 4 of them were search and destroys. We finally got our hard point, and the lobby lagged out.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Are you scrimming regularly with anyone, Stephen Roth?
No, I just play with some friends.
Yeah.
We just hop in, play a little league play, try to win, try to rank up our division. That's about it.
I think we should buy William Cold War, and we should work in a weekly scrim day where we spend 2 hours or so.
Do you have it?
Trying to get good. I'll get it, dude. I had a great night last night. What do I want? And see if we can, maybe not necessarily better commentate, but kind of follow along the league play, and then hopefully build our skills and learn as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you guys want to hop in with a match with me? I'll tell you the rotations. I'll teach you the smoke spots. I'll tell you where to slide.
You can be our star player that we surround with mediocrity. Yeah. Well, I'm old, so
bait and switch for me. Like, just run out into a lane and then die, and then I'll trade you out.
Oh, cool, man. Thank you.
Dude, you don't. That's my gameplay. That's how I play.
How did you know?
I go dual collie sticks and I go sliding, bro. Let's fucking rage.
Oh my god. Everybody would. Steven, if you play with George, everybody's gonna hate your team.
It's okay.
I'll
be laughing the whole time.
You'll get 2, maybe 3 good serious games out of me, and then I'll start fucking around. But
yeah, once the weed gets involved, he's just gonna be all giggles and missing shots.
Oh, that's before the weed gets involved too, bro. You'd think I'm having a stroke every time I'm trying to shoot with a shotgun. You're like, oh no, I'm shooting that corner of the wall.
Okay, going into Thursday, because if anybody, like I said earlier, there's a super week of Call of Duty because they had to cancel the weekend. If anybody missed that, and every single day through Sunday, they're having matches, 2 on Monday, 3 on every other day, which is kind of wild.
Bananas.
I'm gonna have a hard time keeping up.
For sure.
So,
there's a lot of Call of Duty going on this week. It's a lot.
So for better or for worse, that's what's going on. But first game on Thursday, Minnesota Rocker versus the Subliner. I'm again taking the Rocker. I think Subliners will get 1 on them, but I think it's gonna be a 3-1.
Oh my god, we're clicking right now. I have the same thing, 3-1.
All right, look, here's where I think you guys are wrong, okay? Now, Minnesota Rocker, as strong of a team as they are, the New York Subliners just, bottom line, have a better logo. So I'm going to go with Subliners.
It is dope.
Subliners 3-1.
If you can tell me what you think that logo even is, because I've looked at it and I just don't, what does that have to do with the subline? I don't know.
First of all, it's an inverted target.
Yeah.
So, and also it's like the bottom is the tracks and the top is the ceiling and the sides of the walls. That's what I see. It's like a tunnel.
Okay, maybe.
I literally just came up. I like when you mentioned it, I was like, that's what it looks like to me. So
From afar, if you put that on a black hoodie and sell it for $95 like everybody else,
oh, it's sick, dude.
yeah, it looks like one of those like a legendary pictures when you watch the movie. That's what it kind of looks like.
Yeah.
Put that in gold subliners and put that on a black hoodie. I'll pay $80 for that.
Okay, what's your final pick gonna be?
Subliners 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Middle game.
We all know who's really winning
That
right now,
day.
so keep hating on my picks, bro.
Yeah. Middle game on Thursday, Chicago Optic over or versus the Los Angeles Gorillas. I'm taking Optic over the Gorillas, but I think it's going to be a game 5-er, 3-2 Optic.
Oh my God. You have too much faith to the Gorillas. That's a 3-0
You
every
have
day.
too much faith in
You
Optic.
say 3-0 on L. Okay, hang on. All right. The Los Angeles Gorillas have some of the
LA all day.
hometown pride. And you look, okay. They're just it's gonna be a close game. Optics, I just suck their dick for like 2 minutes. Gorillas, I'll finger bang them for a little while because they're a good team. They're a solid team. I shouldn't say they're a standard of a team. They've certainly fumbled a few times and not picked the ball back up. That happens, but they try. The amount of gusto that this team has is they have it in truckloads. In fact, half of their trucks got smashed in Texas, and they have so much more. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be a close game. LAG with the win, but it's gonna be 3-2. You're welcome. Put money on it.
I will be very surprised at an LAG win over Optic. I will be legitimately surprised.
Hey, it's at 1:30 in the afternoon for one, okay? It's in the middle of the week. Optic is going to be mentally fatigued. Los Angeles had the time to rest because they've been dropping games the whole weekend. So they're going to come out. They're going to have one strong showing. They're going to be like, can Los Angeles Gorillas take it? No, but it's going to be in the headlines, I'm sure. I am sure.
All right. You love to see it. You love to see someone shake the pot here, right? Final game, the Game Fuel marquee match.
Game Fuel, brought to you by Mountain Dew.
Atlanta FaZe.
Yeah, I was saying got to throw in the Mountain Dew part of that.
Yeah. Atlanta FaZe versus Florida Mountaineers.
Mutineers.
The Florida Mountain Dews.
Did I say Mountaineers
You
again?
did.
Jesus
Again.
Christ. I was like literally thinking like make sure you say I don't know what to tell you, dude. You just gonna have to accept that it happens. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
We should make
Okay.
a Florida Mountaineer esports hoodie.
Just redo their logo.
Oh,
Yes.
my God.
I'm just gonna invert the colors. I'm gonna buddy system the shit out
I
of
hate
it.
that I do that because I love the name and I love the logo. It's actually upsetting. Steven, why do you pick the Mutineers? I almost did it again. Why do you pick the Mutineers over FaZe?
Because they beat them in the opening weekend, I forget what it was, the kickoff weekend I think it was what it was called. Florida won that match 3-2. I think they'll do it again.
Interesting.
indeed.
So you think the Mountaineers just have FaZe's number?
Yes, I think that there's something about their play style that just affects the way that FaZe wants to run, and I think it just throws them off a little bit. I think Florida plays just a little bit different than every other team in the league, and they got a couple wild players. Neptune is this brand new kid, came over from Halo, and if we've seen anything from Halo kids, is that they're wild. So,
Yeah. I agree that chaos definitely changes the vibe of the map and how you play really fucks with people. I think that's the problem when you get dropped into a core game and it's already halfway through. You don't really know the play style of the other team. You don't know in what rotation spawns are going on, who's where. So it's too chaotic sometimes. And that being said, I disagree with Stephen Roth. I think Atlanta FaZe is going to take it 3-1.
I have the same 3-1.
George has been given all the teams that are definitely the underdogs. He's been giving them all of them the benefit of the doubt. The one team that's the underdog, he gives this one to the favorite. All right.
Hey, when you're right, bro. You know, there's no method to my madness, but listeners, come back next week and tell me how much money you made.
Yeah, I agree. I have 3-1 FaZe also. Yep. FaZe is just good, man.
We have to make Gameboiz hoodies and sell them for $90.
Yeah.
I was trying to buy a hoodie, and apparently you can only buy the merch through the site. Did you guys know this?
Through Call of Duty?
Yeah, through like League. And I guess that makes sense
Really?
because it's like a league. But like for most of them, like you have to go straight through there. You have to go shop through like the pick'ems that we're in right now.
So like
Let me see.
you can't like,
So if I go to Optic
like-
Gaming's Twitter, I can't buy their merch right now.
or like Amazon?
I didn't go that way, but like their pages here, like if you're on the pick'ems and you click it, they don't have their home pages, their home websites. It takes you straight to the CDL shop.
Oh,
Okay.
And so that's cool, but I think like esports is I understand there's a lot of money in it, but it's still kind of an underground thing, and I think they should link to their home site, just respectably speaking. Like even the UFC will throw up a fighter's Twitter handle like that. There should be a local personal connection, but it feels almost too it feels too much like a company controlling everything. I don't like it.
That's weird. I mean, it's a sport. It's
But I
kind
don't
of
like
it's
it.
kind of how it works.
I understand, but I don't like it.
But like, you can't go to like Amazon and get a Optic hoodie.
But you don't want last year's Optic hoodie.
Yeah. Well, you
Optic.
can go to the Optic website and get hoodies through their website. But yeah, if you go to the team shops, Optics isn't available. Neither is Gorillas, Thieves, or Legion. But every other site has, you can buy Rocker, you can buy Mutineers.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it is a sport. I understand esports is a sport, but it's not at the level where it should have NFL control. It should have UFC control. Like there's so many independent fingers that touch esports, from fucking Intel to Scuff. Like that there's so many opportunities that you're robbing players of in that aspect that I think it's rude and almost disrespectful to the amount of time that you're asking these people to dedicate to their said pursuit.
I just want to remind you they're playing video games for millions of dollars. So,
But this isn't golf.
I
Not
think
all of
they're
them are
fine.
making millions of dollars. They're asking, like, it's like an amateur fighter or even an amateur comedian. Like, yes, this is their chosen pursuit, but the moment you start profiting off of it, you should allow them to profit as well. But in this aspect, if their shops are down, you're not allowing the players to profit. You're funneling.
I mean, they're allowed to like stream and shit, right?
I don't know how it works. That's why we have Stephen Roth here.
Most players are contractually obligated through
Through their team.
about what their streaming can be like. There was a point where last year Scump got fined by the league because he did a sponsored stream for Raid Shadow Legends, and they were like, that's a conflict of interest, so they fined him. But he was able to do it this year. I think they worked something out where he was essentially saying like, yes, I may be a player for the league, but I'm also allowed to make my own money as my own person. So
Right.
Yeah. So, and like, I'm thinking more of like, oh, you're a Twitch affiliate where like Twitch just pays you for streaming whatever it is that you stream. And not necessarily like, I understand like if you're being paid by another game to play that game, that's a little different. But if
Right.
you're just playing games and streaming your personality, like that's different in my opinion.
I just want to say, Empire's hoodies are $30 less than everybody else's hoodies, and they're sold out.
I mean, the market dictates the price, and that'll tell you something. That's how much people are willing to spend, pandemic or not. But,
Although their home series hoodie is $95 like everyone else's.
What color is it?
It's black and it's just got the logo on the front.
I want a gold one.
I
They
want
have a
a
white one as well.
black
White with the
and gold.
logo.
I'm the tackiest fucking 80s
Yep.
hip hop guy. I want black and gold all day. If I had a
Yep,
plane, it would be murdered the fuck out in gold trim.
Yeah. All right, we got 3 more days of picks to make. Going into Friday, first game, Los Angeles Thieves versus the London Royal Ravens. I have the Thieves 3-0 over the Ravens.
I
also
have-
have the Thieves 3-0.
Yeah, I have the Thieves 3-0 because, LALJ, baby. Baby.
Middle game of the day, Toronto Ultra versus the Paris Legion, two French-speaking motherfucking teams here.
Les Français.
La France, vive la France.
Oui, poupou.
Stephen, who are you taking here?
My predictions are Ultra 3-1 over the Legion.
We are one and the same, my friend.
And I'm only picking Toronto because I really like their logo as well. That solid impact, that big ULTRA. Like, I don't know.
It is unique as far as
it's
the
not
Call
an
of Duty.
image.
Yeah, the Call of Duty logos go.
Yeah, it's almost like a Call of Duty motif, I would say.
Yeah, it's the only one that's actually got the name in the logo. So
yeah. Truth. Okay, going into the final game of that day, the Mountain Dew Game Fuel marquee match for worth double points on your leaderboards.
Mountain Dew.
Dallas Empire versus New York Subliners. George, who are you taking here?
All right, Subliners, close game, 3-2. And here's the reason: I have none.
Steven?
This is the same guy that chose FaZe over Florida.
Hey, look. All right, look. All right, look. Let me explain this now. Look, it's at 3:00 in the afternoon on a Friday. It's literally the end of their work. Like they're gonna.
These are gamers. They wake up at noon.
You wake up at noon.
I woke up at 10 today.
I'm so proud.
I'll
of
have
you.
you know.
15 minutes before we started.
Exactly.
William Henderson was your pick.
I'm taking the Dallas Empire 3-0 over the Subliners.
I agree. 3-0. Easy.
Yeah, I agree. Going into Saturday, first game, noon Pacific, Atlanta FaZe versus the Paris Legion. I'm taking FaZe 3-1 over La Paris. Steven, who you got?
3-1 FaZe over Paris.
Oh, well, that's interesting. I actually did pick FaZe 3-1
All right.
this time. No arguments.
That means that game means nothing in our leaderboards.
Yeah.
Middle game of the day, which is the double points Mountain Dew Game Fuel marquee match.
Game Fuel.
Minnesota Rocker versus London Royal Ravens. I don't know why that one's the marquee match, but that's beside the point. George, who are you taking?
Because the London Royal Ravens have a wild card in their pocket. Their wild card, known as charisma. They don't have a whole lot going on, but something tells me they're going to squeak out a W. The London Royal Ravens going to pull a W on the Rockers. So 3-2.
Steven?
Wow. I mean, I also have it 3-2, but I have it 3-2 for the Rocker.
You're wrong. I don't know what to tell you,
I
sir.
think the Rocker are going to show up and take it 3-0.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have three different head movies going on right now.
I love how they're doing their point system in the leaderboards, because choosing the number of matches won or rounds won gives you more points.
Yep.
So that makes it fun. Okay, going into the final game of the day on Saturday, Toronto Ultra versus the Los Angeles Guerrillas. I am going to actually, Steven, you go first. Who are you taking here?
No, give it to George. I want to hear what George has to say.
You know what I'm gonna say, baby. You know what I'm gonna say. It's the purple and white LA all day. There's something about their mystique as a team, their freshness. They have this young blood. There's a fire in them. You know, they don't wanna be the other LA
The team is literally filled with veteran players.
They don't want to be the other LA team. Look, I'm 31 years old. Everyone's younger than me, all right? They don't.
One of them literally has a kid.
Dude, I could have a kid. I just leave the state afterwards. LA Guerrillas, close game against Toronto. It's going to be a good game, though. I will say I'm going to say probably till about game 5, it's going to look a little crazy. William Henderson, what do you think?
I'm taking the Ultra 3-1 over the LAG.
Will and I have been on the same wavelength for most of these matches. I agree.
And that's why you guys understand that I am the real MVP on this leaderboard.
We'll see, man.
I'm just glad that you're not betting actual money, because you would be in the hole.
Yeah, okay. That sounds like negativity, bro.
Okay, Sunday, final day of the Super Week in Call of Duty League. Opening up at noon Pacific. New York Subliners versus the Seattle Surge. I'm taking the Subliners 3-2 on this one.
I'm also going to go Subliners, but I think they're going to show up fresh. You know, it's 12 p.m. So according to Stephen Roth, they just woke up. They have no fatigue in their system. So Subliner's going to come in with a sweep, 3-0.
Wow. I have New York 3-1 over Seattle.
All right. Middle game of the day, Chicago Optic versus the Florida Mutineers.
It says Mountain.
Hey.
I am going with the Optic 3-2 on this one.
Steven,
I've got Optic 3-1.
Oh.
I came in with Optic with a sweep, so I better buy a hoodie or something.
Man,
Yes.
Steven, you were just talking earlier about how the Mutineers are playing, and you're going to take 3-1 after Optic loses to FaZe?
Listen, I
think there's some bias
George
coming
feels
into play
about
here.
LA. The way that George feels about LA Gorillas, that's how I feel about Optic. Those are my boys. I mean, I choose them every day of the week.
Oh, that's adorable.
I will say that the first team to get a black and gold hoodie, I'm jumping ship. I don't give a fuck. Like,
It's Dallas Empire. They have a black and gold hoodie.
is it metal gold though? I like a metallic gold. I don't want a colored
actual
gold.
gold.
Yeah, I want a shiny gold. Can you
I'll send you
screen
a
it and
link.
send me? Yeah. Dude, it better not be like optic.com/xroth or something. I'm gonna be fucking upset.
Okay, final game of Call of Duty League Super Week. Double points by Mountain Dew Game Fuel marquee match.
It's in the game.
What?
I don't know. I just wanted a random draw. So EA Sports.
Dallas Empire versus the Los Angeles Thieves. Steven, who are you taking here?
I have Dallas Empire 3-1 over the Thieves.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
William.
No, you go.
Well, this is pre-screenshot send via Stephen Roth of Dallas Empire's alleged gold and black hoodie. So
Hold on. I'm sending it to you right now. Hold
too
on.
bad. LA Thieves all day. 3-2. Let's go.
I am also going to take Dallas Empire, but I think it's going to go to a game 5. I think it's going to be 3-2 Empire.
I hope I get double points for this. I better get a free hoodie, Dallas, if you guys win or something. Oh, he did send it to me. But I already put my pick. I already hit save. There's nothing I can do about it. Gonna have to wait till next week. Oh, that's too much. I don't like it. Never mind.
Isn't it amazing how the price can alter your opinion of it?
You're like, that's really dope.
Never mind.
I'll wait. Cut us.
Listen, the price is $95, you know?
I didn't have that good of a night. There was a very famous DJ across the street, so we had a good night.
Dope.
Stragglers.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Steven. Fun as always.
Thank you for having me.
See how these predictions and these games play out, and we'll be in touch.
All right. You guys have a good one. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
buddy. Bye.
Late. Ending for all.
All right. I mean, that took all the time we had pretty much, but these goddamn super weeks.
Yeah,
dude.
there's just so much fucking going on. If I would have definitely missed a day and not known who was playing if we didn't just go through it now. Like,
yeah. It was a lot. It's a lot, but
fucking nonsense.
it's cool.
It's not though, because that's the problem.
We
that,
have normal lives.
Yes, but that's the problem that the UFC runs into now. Is like it's almost oversaturated across so many things. It's like you don't know when something's going on and who's fighting and where to catch it or what stream. Like there's just too much censor. Like it's cool to have a weekend. Like, all right, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's your spread. Cool. Because there's already a lot going on across 3 days. And to put it into a week is like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. It's one of those things that, like, at some point, it's like, all right, I have to do something else while I do this.
Yeah.
It's the only way I'm going to
So
be
I've been
able to
playing
see
Animal
it all,
Crossing.
so- really?
Yes.
You're so lame. Can we talk about BlizzCon real quick before we go? I watched the keynote, like, opening announcements where they pretty much just hit, like, the big things for their upcoming games and things to expect from their different games. The first I want to talk about, and probably the biggest news, was the announcement of a remastered Diablo 2. Diablo 2 Resurrected
What a great name.
Absolutely, right? When I saw it, I was like, oh my God.
Do you guys have your own personal Game Boy over there giving you ideas? Because that's fantastic.
It is. They showed like the original like gameplay, and then it caught fire and like burned away to like the new gameplay where it's like the same shot.
Cool.
And, dude, it is beautiful, bro. I'm not gonna waste the time to show it, but like it looks fantastic. But it also has like that Diablo 2 feel still. Like they seem to like nail it. What's cool about it is they're gonna release it for PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and it's gonna have cross console progression.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I think that's a really big deal because I bought Diablo 3 like 2 times. I think 2 or 3 different times because I bought it. I got a year of WoW and they gave it for free.
Nice.
Which is pretty dope.
Yeah.
But like I technically bought that. And then I bought it again for the PS3. No, I didn't buy it for the PS4. I kept telling myself, like, I've already played it. Like,
The
I don't
PS3 is
need
the
it.
one console that I just never played.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, well, I don't think it was really anything special. It did the trick.
Yeah.
It was the first one that had Blu-ray, so that
Yeah.
was cool.
I think it was just ugly and I didn't like it.
Yeah, it was clunky.
It's sort of like this
Yeah.
PS5.
Yeah. It was a tank, though, dude. At one point, I had it in college, like, up on this, I don't even know what to call it, like,
Ho?
cupboard.
Oh.
I don't even know.
Some
It was just like a little like counter like in our, it was weird to set up, but that's where I had it. And like at one point like somebody tripped over a cord and it fell and like it was fine. Like it never had a problem. They were great. But yeah, so that's a really exciting announcement. They announced for Diablo 4 a new class. They're gonna have a rogue, which looked super dope. So like a thief, you know, like in the shadows, like quickly moving, stabbing and shit, which sounds like something you would like.
Yeah, that's going to change gameplay in general. Like to have a different class, that'll be great.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd
And
be
that's,
fantastic.
and, you know, they announced like 3 off the top. Like I think the druid was like a new one that they'd never done before. And that was pretty dope. Of course they had the barbarian and like the wizard. And I think this was the 4th one, I think. I'm not really entirely sure.
Wizard, thanks to Harry Potter, never sounds cool anymore.
Not really, no.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I know, and like D&D has like a wizard and a sorcerer, and like
I would
a
go-
warlock.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I would always pick Warlock, but I don't know the difference between any of them.
it's just a little. They just have different gameplay, different ways of casting spells, like minor tweaks.
What a weird,
And
like,
also, like a wizard learns their spells from studying. A sorcerer, it's like in their blood, and then a warlock like gave their soul to a patron.
so
to have powers.
Merlin is a wizard or a sorcerer?
I don't know. I don't know his story really. So
I guess it kind of depends on where you're reading it from.
I mean, and that's all. That's just D&D lore.
Right.
But
That makes sense, though, in terms of that. It's
it
interesting.
makes sense as far as having those 3 different classes.
It's interesting that when men conjure magic, they have 3 different titles, and when women conjure magic, they're just witch.
A witch, yeah.
Or even a wizard.
Right, right. Sorceress, you know?
No, that's not
What's a female warlock?
a pacifist. I don't know. A witch, right? Because a male witch is supposed to be a warlock, according to Halloween Town. And let's be real, Disney knows all things magic.
I think you can just be a female warlock. I think it's gender neutral.
In your dumb game, yeah. But in Halloween Town, Walt Disney said and Marnie said that a male witch is a warlock.
Fuck you. The last big announcement that I think they made in their keynote was about World of Warcraft. A couple different things.
They banned one-eared elephant.
That would be horrible. I would probably blow my brains out.
All over your computer case.
Write a note. Blizzard did this.
Sorry, Mom.
Okay, so they first announced a new addition to the Shadowlands expansion. Just like, you know, they have patches every so often that they add dungeons, they add raids. So we got a glimpse into kind of what the storyline of that is going to be. I'm not I don't know if I want to say because kind of spoilers if you haven't played, if you plan on playing, I don't know, but looks fun, looks intense. On top of that, so last year they released a World of Warcraft Classic version. When you subscribe to World of Warcraft, you get the Classic version as well. So that's been out for about 6 months probably, and coming up on the next year, they're going to release the first expansion Classic over again.
Oh, cool.
So it's going to be
So
World
you
of
get
War.
like probably 2 expansions at a time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, I'm curious how they're going to do it. But yeah, they're going to do Burning Crusade Classic. So what they're doing that's really interesting that I think is super smart. If you have a classic character, you get to choose if you want to advance to the Burning Crusade expansion with them or stay in like the classic world where it doesn't, all that leading up to that point doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So, because a lot of people just want that classic experience and they don't want the next expansions. So you get that decision, but like to have an option for all of them is a great idea, and that's perfect. That's how you satisfy everyone. Just put in the extra work and
give her head
and
first.
deliver. Yeah, absolutely. And so I think that's super exciting because you can have a character that's level 60 that's just doing the classic stuff. You can have a different character that you get to level 70 that's like in Outland and you have your flying mount, et cetera. And then you can also have like your retail version of Shadowlands where you have that level 60 character.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Dude,
it's the greatest game ever made.
This podcast is going to be in your documentary, and it's going to be in the second act of Why I Quit Comedy. That's so much game to play.
If I could make money doing it, I would.
Stream
I'm trying.
on Twitch.
I'm trying.
You are. What's your Twitch? What's your Twitch
I
handle?
need new I need better hardware.
Yeah, but you need also ground floor fans. So what's your Twitch handle right now?
One-eared elephant as is everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Twitch,
Yeah.
by the way, Metallica was performing at BlizzCon, and so they were doing a live performance, and everyone was having a great fucking time. And then suddenly, Twitch specifically dubbed over Metallica's audio with like just random like 8-bit soundtrack and not Metallica. So you were watching Metallica, but they're muted and you're listening to a completely different audio.
Did they do it on purpose?
Yes.
Why?
Because, and this is what they said, they were, this decision was prompted by copyright concerns as record labels have warned Twitch users to avoid using archive clips. So because Metallica was playing Metallica and because Metallica was essentially like, I shouldn't say Metallica, but they were kind of the figurehead of the anti-Napster movement. Twitch was like, let's not risk it, and just
the whole thing.
The audio. So their whole live performance at BlizzCon that was streaming on Twitch is there, but the audio is not.
There's nowhere to actually hear the.
You could probably find it on YouTube and stuff, but Twitch was like, hey, if we're gonna stream BlizzCon,
right,
we're gonna have to do something about that just in case.
So that was probably a Blizzard decision.
I would say it was probably a Twitch decision because Blizzard was fine with
Twitch
it.
wouldn't step in to like
Twitch
they would just take it down.
But I think they probably
wouldn't
had
step
a
in
partnership
beforehand,
but
right?
they probably had a live partnership with BlizzCon saying, look, we understand this is a pandemic and a lot of people are going to be streaming it. Here's our official streaming partner, you know? So like we have a feed here, and now Twitch is responsible for said feed. Now they have to kind of police it. And as a live event like that, there's not a whole lot of policing you have to do. It's when other IP comes into play that because of who Metallica is, they were just like, let's play it safe. Let's not go watch it, but we don't have it.
Yeah, Lars, fuck off, dude. You're annoying.
It's interesting. I don't know. I've always been on the fence in terms of like intellectual property. Like I think it should be protected. I don't think forever. And if
Right.
you're a band as old as Metallica, then I'm sorry, half your catalog is now public
Yeah.
domain.
Yeah, like you're fine. Like you were selling plenty of records before the internet was even a thing.
Yeah.
So you're fine, dude. In your mansion. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Just do a little less coke, dude. Like,
Yeah. Go back on tour. Do your job. How about that?
right?
Save your money. Don't fucking blame me for wanting to hear your music for free.
And utilizing technology, really, because
yeah, sorry about it.
that whole lawsuit, I mean, it did change. IP is kind of a thing that's regularly talked about now, but it almost didn't do anything. I mean,
Yeah, no.
we still are
Dude,
probably
Spotify,
Yeah.
$9 a month or whatever it
yeah,
is.
if
like,
anything, it created a market for people to
to make more money off
Yeah.
it.
to utilize their tools and like, look, here we are. And I don't think we would be in any different spot now if they didn't, like, if they just let it go. If they just let Napster do its thing, we would
yeah.
probably still be here. We'd probably still have a Spotify and a Pandora and an
Yeah.
Apple Music.
Yeah.
So
It would probably just be
what a waste of time.
it'd probably just be more expensive. Or
Probably.
cheaper. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Somebody should make a documentary.
Yeah, yours.
Nope.
Yeah. But I
What
guess
is my documentary?
I don't know, but it could be fun.
Yeah, it could be.
History of a rich white man. You have no belief in yourself. Don't look at me like
Oh,
that.
I have no plans to get rich.
I think-
I
I
don't think it's
think
gonna happen.
if you do the thing you really enjoy long enough, you can live off of it. And I think that's being rich in life. If you can live off something that you enjoy, that's being rich in life, and that's all that matters.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I have
You're talking about
Fat stack.
rich like chocolate. That's how you use it, not monetarily.
no. Maintain your current lifestyle, and then you can go on tour. You be rich as fuck.
Hmm.
That's just a numbers thing. Don't look at me with that kind of disdain. Fuck you. I'm sorry for believing in you and your
You should
your
be.
passion.
You should be. I don't appreciate it.
Are you down to do a weekly scrim and then see how we're doing? And
I mean, yeah, I guess.
it's gonna cut into your WoW time, though.
I know, man. That's rough.
Or you can play mid-screen and like we'll get you a different screen. You can sit in the middle of them and turn in your wobbly chair because we can't afford to get you a scorpion yet.
I need a scorpion, dude.
Dude, I keep looking at
They're
those.
so sick.
What a I don't fuck kind of.
Yeah.
Piece of furniture. It's the only
Yeah.
furniture you can't fuck on.
I mean, you.
No.
You.
No, not unless you get a tetanus shot first. No.
I feel like that's an attachment, though.
An ottoman, like a,
The fucking attachment.
that's what they sell it as,
Yeah.
a fucking attachment.
It's just a pocket pussy on an arm.
Ooh, look at
Yeah.
you innovating.
Yeah, dude. You can figure it out.
The scorpion tail comes down even lower.
It just sucks you off.
Yeah.
And it has and it has a vacuum, so like you don't even have to clean up. It just
Scorpion, brought to you by Dyson.
it has a cum reservoir. You just have to clear it out like once a
Dude,
month.
I'd burn it. I'd burn that whole thing. I'd just buy a new one. Fucking gross.
No, you come into it and then it makes new scorpion chairs, and they're alive.
Gross.
That's how you make scorpion people.
That's how you start the Sinister Six. That's
Yep.
gross.
Yep.
No, I wanted a fleshlight and I thought about cleaning it. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
There's some gross fucks that don't and keep using it. And I
That's
think you guys
absurd.
should die.
that's absurd. Yeah, that does not compute.
Mm-mm. It's like, oh man, fuck it up. You gotta like soak it in gasoline. Just buy a new one. At what point? How many uses do you think you can get out of a fleshlight before you have to buy a new one?
Hopefully a lot because they're expensive.
Are they as expensive?
They're like
now?
$70.
I would imagine that would go down. I guess not though. If the lonely man is willing to pay $70,
Supply and demand.
all right. Whatever.
Inflation, it's never gonna go down. They just come out with newer versions where they're like, "This is better," and it's just the same thing.
one's sparkly.
This one's a butthole of your favorite porn star. It's like, all right, that's weird.
All right, I'll buy it, but all right.
All right, that's weird, but I'm gonna get it.
You're like, all right, but who?
All right.
Who's your favorite porn star?
Currently, I don't really have one.
The porn star has kind of
Died.
fallen off.
Yeah.
Now it's like your OnlyFans girls and
I don't have like a go-to.
yeah, I don't have one either. I feel like we're missing out on an experience, you know?
No,
No?
I'm okay with it.
Like, we don't have a Pamela Anderson.
I mean, she wasn't really a porn star.
I mean, she made herself into one, though.
Like, I mean, sort of.
Like, she became a stripper without being a stripper. She just had a pole to dance on.
Huge boobs.
Fucking dude. No, I'm talking about Tommy Lee's dick, dude.
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
They,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Gross.
But, like, she was already famous before that, right? It's not like a Kim Kardashian
I
thing.
guess, but she was famous at that point because of Baywatch.
Right,
So that skyrocketed her into foreverdom.
right. Did she do Playboy before or after that?
I
feel
don't
like She
know.
did that pretty early on. And,
honestly,
like, what's
before-
that barbed wire movie? Here,
Oh, wow.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're so trashy to know that.
You're absolutely right.
Dude, my brain is not there. Holy shit.
But yeah.
How do I delete that file
So
again?
that's
I don't
like
need it.
that's like old. Like she's old school, man.
Yeah, but we don't have any of those old school
No.
like dude, she got naked. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, no.
Like if Jessica Alba had an OnlyFans, that might be something close.
The last thing I remember being of significance like that was like when Lindsay Lohan did Playboy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
poor Lindsay. Did you see she's kidnapping kids in the Middle East now?
What? She adopting them? You mean?
No, there's a video. This probably came out a couple of years ago, but she's in like Syria or something, and it's a camera video. She's recording it, and there's this family. I think it's a mom, dad, and like one or two kids, and we don't know what conversation they had, but when the video starts, she's like, no, it's okay, come with me, in like this weird Middle Eastern accent. We're like, bitch, you're Lindsay Lohan. Like,
That's weird.
you're not. Come. It's safe. Come with me. And the mom's like, no, this is my kid. You can't have my kid. And she's like, no, I'll keep him safe. It's like, stop it, Lindsay.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
So,
Whew.
yeah, she's out of her mind. That's why I'm thankful I wasn't famous as a kid. I wanted to be, but I'm like, I'd be fucking.
Most of them don't do so well.
Yeah. I don't think any of them are doing well. I think some of them are just better at hiding it.
What's the dude, Home Alone guy? He seems to be okay for now.
That's what
Macaulay-
happens when you bury trauma.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, he
You
fucking.
think he was molested? Is that what you're saying?
I think he was taken advantage of
By Hollywood executives?
by a few people in Hollywood in general. Did I think he consented? Probably,
Whoa.
but I don't think he understood. Like, I think Macaulay Culkin is a good example of grooming, and that's
What about Leonardo DiCaprio?
for sure. He's damaged. He's
What?
definitely damaged.
He seems super normal. He seems like you could go over and have a whiskey with a ball ice cube
Haven't
in
we
it.
talked about this? I don't know if you can be a good actor and be normal. Not to the level that Leo
of
is.
Of course, like you. Well, I don't think you can be that
I
rich
think-
and famous and be normal.
I think you have to be
but
broken.
I don't know. Can it just be a craft?
It can be, but I don't think it ever is.
Huh. Okay, fair enough. I don't know, man. I just think he's really good at it.
I agree, and I think the really good ones, like, they're always like, what's that it factor? And I think a lot of times in almost every pursuit, that it factor is trauma.
I think he's just charming and handsome.
He's handsome for sure. He's handsome and he's white, which has helped him out a lot.
Yeah, for
As you
sure.
know.
Those blue eyes, dude. And when he was in Titanic, goddamn, you know.
Yeah, I would let
Jesus.
him paint me naked, and I was like
Fucking
8.
hate.
And then I'd be a child star too. What
Dude,
up?
Leonardo DiCaprio would he could have been the next Michael Jackson. Like he was that kind of status where like if he went to your parents and was like, I want to take your kid to Hollywood and like put him in a movie, and then it turned out he was like jerking off in front of it, like he could have done that too. But I don't think he did.
Before recent, I agree with that, but I think there's another person that could have done it up until like last week. Justin Timberlake, I think, had
probably,
the ability to do that, and now not anymore.
Yeah.
Just the internet, though. The internet gets you, and it's made Hollywood almost too accessible for normal people, so that we don't get those kinds of stars anymore. Where it's you're starstruck, but you've been watching them on TikTok for
Right.
3 years, and you kind of know who they are. Whereas like with
Yeah.
Leo, we're like, ooh, what the fuck is he do? Where does he live?
Right.
I was growing pains. Was that weird with Kirk Cameron? It had to have been weird.
Right,
Did he make you
right.
go to church? Come on.
Did he want to pray with you? Pray the
Yeah.
gay away? Did he think you were gay?
And that's why that show is where I think some trauma came from. But, that's just...
Wow.
That's
That's
just me.
bold.
That's
Okay.
just me.
Allegedly. Let's wrap up before we get in trouble here.
We're probably already in trouble. What's your social?
At One-Eared Elephant with an F on everything.
Twitch, Facebook, YouTube,
Sure.
Twitter,
You can find it.
Bumble, Grindr.
Yep.
Cool.
Especially that one.
I'm at the George F. across of everything as well. We are at the Buddy System Co. Go to www.thebuddysystem.co for everything. Comedy's back. Come hang out. We'll talk to you later. Bye.